Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing okay. Now, this is a very, last minute video type of thing. I did not expect Arsenal to lose to Liverpool today. It has taken me by surprise. And I just thought I would jump on here for a little bit, obviously depending on how many of you join. But yeah, I'm just going to talk about the game because we've lost to Liverpool at the Emirates, where there was 54,000 fans there, which is obviously excellent, and we must talk about that first because that's a real positive for women's football, for the future of women's football, and obviously just that's what we want to see. That big crowd there, the support, and I just felt like today the fans really turned up. They were so loud on the TV and the chants were incredible. The support was there, but the players just didn't turn up. And yeah, it just felt like one of those days where no matter how many times we tried, we just wouldn't get on the score sheet. It was a very disappointing performance, but it's the first game of the season and I'd expect to win this game, I'm not going to lie. I did think it would be a hard game, but I think it was looks more bad on us because we did have chances. We didn't make an awful lot of chances, but we really struggled to find our passes going forward. We're struggling to work each other out on the pitch. We've got a new squad and we're struggling to adapt. And obviously, I do really appreciate Jonas changing things up in the 60th minute. Obviously, we brought on quite a few players. Palova we brought on. Blackstenius came on a bit afterwards. And obviously we made it defensive as well and brought some defenders on. And yeah, good to see Lena Hertig came on. I think she made a bit of a difference when she came on. I think she really helped us. So I'm happy to see them substitutes. And yeah, I don't know really what I could say how it went wrong today. I think Liverpool did take their chances. They were good in possession. They were good on the ball in attack, but I wouldn't say they were amazing. I wouldn't say they had so many chances. I just think they were more clinical than us and they defended better than us. And yeah, I don't think our defending on that goal was great. I think we switched off like we do at times. And it obviously hurts because we've been knocked out with the Champions League and I thought this would be great for us to kick on in the league and go for it. And it is the first game of the season and we can't, complain about that. We've got to sort of stay positive, regroup. Obviously we do have United, I think it might be on Friday, which is going to be a tough game for sure. It won't be easy. So yeah, and they won today right at the end, so it's going to be tough and it is hard right now. Obviously pretty disappointed. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. I'm just surprised. Didn't expect to lose to Liverpool at all. I just think it was felt like our performance was very predictable and Liverpool worked us out. We didn't have fresh ideas because we would always go on the wing or have a shot and like they could work us out, they could block our shots, they could, stop corners from going in. And we did actually have a lot of corners, but I just think our corners kind of went straight to the keeper. Obviously we did have a few good chances and then McCabe's one in the first half when she aimed I don't know if it was a cross, I don't know if it was to the goal, but she had that chance. But yeah, I just don't think we did enough today. I don't think our passes were very fluid at all. I don't think we had that connection with the players on the pitch. It's a very hard one to take. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I just don't think we were the better side, and they were. They, deserve to take those points back to Liverpool. So yeah. Well, where should the women gunners improve on? I mean, our biggest problem, in my opinion, is defensively. Obviously, Leah Williamson, I would say, is our best centre back, and obviously we've lost. Unfortunately, we've lost Rafaela. She was really solid at the back. She was like our Gabrielle at Arsenal. So I think it's going to take time defensively to adjust to this new defensive unit at the back. And obviously, it is obviously hard to take right now, and we've just got to see how it goes and take it from here. But it has been very disappointing to how we've started the season, and I think defensively is something we need to work on. But we need to remember that Beth Mead will be back soon, Miedema after that. I think when they're back, I think it will be much better, but I just don't know why our performance was so flat, so lethargic. We didn't seem up for it at all, and I feel like, 54,000 people, in the crowd. I don't get how we've, not done well, or not won, not performed well. I think if we had lost, but we did well, and obviously just struggled to take our chances, I'd feel a bit better. But I just think our performance was really poor today. I did want to talk about something that, people might not like to hear or whatever, but I do want to discuss the goalkeeper situation because I'm going to be honest with you. I think Mana, I think Zinsberger has done so much for us, and I'll always appreciate the good times, but she made quite a few mistakes today, if I'm being honest. Probably expected to get to that goal as well. Defensively, we should have done better on that, but I just don't think we're very good at the moment defensively. It's obviously our first game, so I'm not going to get too harsh. We're going to take it a few games at a time and see how it goes, but I think there was a chance in the game where she spilled the ball, and obviously if it wasn't for Jem Beattie blocking it, then they would have scored. But I just feel like Zinsberger was a bit of a target in the game. That's probably why they knew they could score, take them chances. But yeah, that is a concern for me, if I'm being honest. Don't really feel 100% comfortable in goal. I know for an international team, she's made a few mistakes that it's really hard to understand how she's not caught the ball. I know she did have a few. I know she's been great for us, but that's my worry a bit about the season. I think I don't know if she's own confidence or if I don't know, but I just wanted to address that, see what you guys think, because I'm a bit worried about her this season, hoping she doesn't make too many mistakes, because I know she did make that mistake in the first half, which didn't cost us, thankfully, but I know she does have those sort of moments in a game. But I think overall, I think she, is a good goalkeeper. I just worry about those attributes that she has there. Mark Green says, easy, it's the manager. It needs sacking now, 2 season over after 2 games. Wow, it is obviously tough to take. Yeah, it's a hard one really, because I think like Jonas, I'm going to see how it goes this season. But I think for me, there's things I don't always agree with. I think I do like him. I'm going to take it this season, see how it goes. But I do want to win something this season. I do want us to improve, because we're not in the Champions League, which is a massive disappointment. And we've got to go for the league this season. I think if we don't, it puts us under more pressure to go for the league, because if you don't win the league and you're in other competitions, you can say, you know what, we've had to be in the Champions League, we've had to be in other competitions too. But I just think I think it's obviously really tough, but I think the season will be huge. I understand my fans are disappointed with Jonas. It's tough right now, but I think we've just got to see how it goes, and I think we've just got to the next few games goes, because United game will be so massive. It'd be big, important game for us. Obviously, Man United won today at the end, 2-1 against Villa, so they'll be happy, full of confidence. I'm really happy right now. So yeah, we've just got to really take it a few games at a time. Who was your woman of the match? I think out of the Arsenal players that I felt like impressed me today, I think Leah Volti had a really good game. I think she did really well with her passes, with creating things going forward, and she is really underrated for us. I think she's a very important player, so I'd probably go her. I think she had a great game, and she's definitely should be proud of that. And obviously, she did have a big summer, so I'm hoping this season, injury-wise, is not too difficult for her, because I really like her. So I also think Lacasse was a really good player for us today. I think she had a few chances going forward. She really made a difference. So looking forward to seeing more of her this season. Tough to pin on the goalkeeper for the game. We didn't capitalise on our chances at all. Long term, yes, goalkeeper is concerning. Yeah, I agree. I think we didn't really take many chances today. I think we just weren't clinical enough, and that's definitely something that needs to be worked on. I don't know why we are not doing that. So I think we definitely need to improve. Yeah, I think this is difficult. Yeah, out of the Champions League, lose one first game at home, Chelsea will walk the league. Yeah, and that's the thing that I'm a bit worried about, is because Chelsea are so good. They've got so many great players, and unfortunately for us, we have had it difficult with injuries. And some of our best players are still recovering. Veen Reuter for me is such an important player for us. I think as well, it is hard without Leah defensively, without Rafa. We miss them two together. So I think, we've got to really see how it goes, hoping we do get improved better. I don't think Chelsea will walk the league. I just don't know that Arsenal will be their biggest challengers. Yeah, it's obviously like a tough one to call right now. I think it's probably too early to judge it right now. I think it's the first game. Obviously, the performance was very flat, lethargic, which I don't know why. And that is the biggest thing for us. And it's obviously hard because there's a big crowd there, 54,000, which is obviously just so incredible. And I think for me, it's just obviously disappointing, really, to see that the players didn't turn up today, which I wanted them to do. Maybe, us not being in the Champions League has affected the team. They've maybe dwelled on it a lot, and it's affected how they feel, which is a possibility. So it's obviously a tough one to call right now, but I think we've just got to really do better in the next game. But it's obviously hard because United game will be tough as well. It's away from home, so and obviously it'd be weird to see Alessia Russo go back to her old team, play against Ella Toon. But it will be interesting to see if she'll be up to that fight, if it would be a very good game for us. I think we just need to win it. But I do expect Chelsea to win tonight against Spurs, and I know Chelsea will have a great season because they've got so many quality players. So yeah, it's obviously, I think right now we can't really call it with the league. I think we've just got to take it, game by game, and I think we really need to see much more improvement in our performances. If I'm being honest, because it's not really good enough today. It's not really what we expect from the team, because we do know we have a great squad, and we do know we've got a lot of experienced players that do have to do better. So I think we've just got to kind of see how it goes with the season. Tough one to take. It won't get easier. What immediate changes can be made to come back next game stronger? That is a great question. And thank you so much for coming on here as well to ask me questions. I think the lineup, obviously, I do really like Stina Blackstenius. I think she does bring a lot to this side. I feel like her movement on the ball, her overall play, as well as scoring those goals, has really improved. And I think I'll definitely play her in the next game. Obviously, it's a really tough one to call because I think Alessia Russo always starts. So I think I probably wouldn't make too many changes. I probably would keep Amanda in defensively, because I think she is a great player to have on a team. But I think because of injuries, we can't really make too many changes. I think we've just got to really find a way to win and find a way to take our chances more, especially against, Man United is going to be tough. So I think we've just got to, I think everything else was okay. I think we've just got to be more clinical and find our passes in the correct way. We were very sloppy today. I think moving forward, I think we just need to I think what it is, it's a new team, a new sort of style of play, and we need to connect a bit more on the pitch, and read each other with the passes of where the players are going to go. So I feel like the players are just getting to know each other right now. So it's obviously a hard one, but I do think um I think we miss Leah Williamson for sure. I think Rafa's missed as well. It's obviously a tough one, and I think it'll just be great when Beth Mead comes back in the team because she is a great player and she's missed by so many of us. Harry asked, do you think not getting into Champions League has put the ladies a bit down morally? I would say possibly. I mean, we had such a great Champions League run last season, breaking the record of breaking the Emirates. You know, how many fans came to that game was incredible. And I think the team probably wanted to keep up this season and keep doing that. But unfortunately, we're not in it now and it will affect the team. I know with Alessia Russo, she really wanted Champions League football and it's really sad that she's not got it. And I know, you know, as a player, as someone who played for United, this game would have been a great game for her. And I don't feel like she got much of the ball. I know she created a few good passes, but it was hard for her to really do much. And it's obviously tough right now. So yeah, I do think it probably will affect the team not being in the Champions League this season. But I've always said, in my opinion, we've just got to see it as a positive because we will just focus on the league. We can focus on the Continental Cup, on other little competitions. So I think it can be positive if the players see it as a positive, but it all depends on their attitude right now. And obviously, I do get new players are coming on today. Some of them came on as substitutes, just adjusting, getting used to the league because some of them haven't played this league before. So I do think it won't always be perfect, and players do have to kind of slot into this new team with new players and teammates. So I think today I kind of understand that we might not gel as much on the pitch because it's a new team. But I just think it's important to see how we bounce back from this. We do have United coming up. And I know that'll be a very competitive game, but I definitely think we need to get those 3 points, nothing less for me. And after that, we do have Aston Villa. So I think those are really competitive games for us. And now at the end of last season, we lost to Aston Villa 2-0. And I think at that point, we just wanted the season to end with the amount of injuries we suffered. But yeah, I'm hoping this season we don't really have to go through that. We don't have to go through that amount of injuries that we did last season because it was not good at all. And it was hard on the team. Chelsea are the best team by a long way, followed by United. Yeah, I definitely think Chelsea, obviously, would never want to say this, but they are up there right now. I can see them going for the league again. I think United obviously have lost out on Alessia Russo, but they did also bring in some experience. So I think for them, this is a learning curve for United. Last season, they missed out by a point, I think, which happened to us. So I understand how they feel. So I think all they needed to do is add more experience and, you know, learn from last season because they did have a good season, but they were just very unfortunate not to obviously win the league, and Chelsea did it. And yeah, it's obviously disappointing. Who would you rank the most effective player today? Oh, that is a really, really good question to answer. I think I definitely feel like Rivaldi was a big part to play in how we played. I think probably say her, or I would say a new signing like S because, and by the way, I'm sorry if I not pronounced that wrong, but I just that's who I think. I think she made a big difference as well. I think they both did. I think they were great players to watch. So I'd probably say them would be my most effective people that make the difference in the game. But I do know Manham did have quite a few chances, especially in the first half, and yeah, I thought she was so unlucky not to score. So Manham's always makes things happen. Hello Ravi, hope you're okay. Yeah, I definitely think the next few games are going to be so tough. The United one, um, I'd probably say a draw because it's going to be so tough to beat them away. But I also know Alessia Russo might have fire in her belly to, win there. I know United fans haven't been the nicest to her since she's left, and I understand why they're hurt. It's difficult. She's left to the rivals, and it's obviously not nice for them, but I definitely think she might have that fire in her belly to score against them or just to do well, to prove people wrong that she has made the right move to Arsenal. But I also understand it might be hard for obviously to play against Ella Toone, but to also, she does have a lot of respect for United fans and what they've done for her, so it must be weird for her to play against them and hard for her. But yeah, I definitely think that could be a draw unless we could, scrape a win. Villa, I do expect a win. I do think they are an amazing side. They've added so much incredible quality in their team. Yeah, I feel like they are a great side. Rachel Daly, we know what a great player she is. Gordon beat winning last season, so I feel like we've got to keep her quiet in that game. We know for the Lionesses what an important player she is, so I think that will always be a tough game. But I just think going to the United game, we've got to put this game behind us, put this defeat behind us, and move on because obviously it wasn't a good game. We're over that now. I think you've just got to move on in football. You do have to move on. We need to learn and understand what went wrong today, but also move on from that. So yeah, that's my answer to that question. Yeah, that was crazy. We had so many corners in that game today. It was mad. We had so many in the first half, and it was a big shame we weren't able to capitalise that and make anything out of it because we really could have. We did have quite a few good corners. I know Manham had a good chance on one of the corners, but obviously it's a little bit disappointing that we've not really managed to do anything with that. But good for us for trying to fight for corners, fight for winning things going forward. And we did, I think our first half, I would say, our first 20 minutes, we did well with really making things happen and creating things. But I just feel like it wasn't meant to be today. But we do need to be more clinical in our next game and in the future. Ravi said, answer to your question is don't underestimate Liverpool, and we came to your backyard to snatch all 3 points. I mean, to be fair, you did. I think Arsenal in the first half weren't clinical enough, and I knew Liverpool going into half time would capitalise that, would feel better on that. Because that is a good going up 0-0 in the first half would have been good for Liverpool. I'm sure that would have gave them a confidence boost to kind of go out for it in the second half, grab a winner. Because I know with players we have, like I know Zinsberger, she might be seen as a weakness because of her mistakes she makes. So I definitely feel like yeah, it's obviously a tough one, and well done to Liverpool for getting that win. I know that'll be a very important point for the season because I know you have said that you do want to, in the league, you do want to get at the top half of the table, and I'm sure you will if you keep playing like that, if you keep working hard. And yeah, I just think we went up to it today. We weren't able to take our chances. Liverpool defended really well, and obviously they do deserve that. Credit that appreciation because they did really well there. So yeah, credit to Liverpool, defended with what felt like 15 players at times. Yeah, it did feel like that. But like you said, Liverpool did do really well with defending set pieces, defending in general. I think they did much better than us. But I agree, I think just we couldn't able to get through. It was obviously tough one to take. But yeah. What's a bigger concern? Offence, tons of firepower but no spark yet, or defence, goalkeeper? That's a great question, and I think defensively, we do definitely need to improve. But I definitely would say right now in the game, we weren't really up front there wasn't that, like you said, that spark, that connection. We know, like, if players say like Beth Mead, and Mark, they have this spark on the pitch. And today it just didn't feel like that at all. It really didn't. I think that's our concern right now. I think going to the next game, we need to really find which players work well together, and make sure the formation is the right one. But I agree. Also defensively, we know we have new partnerships at the back, and when Leah will be back, I'll be so happy because she is a very, very important leader, a very important person to have at the back. I think she's just probably one of the best defenders in the WSL. So, yeah, and obviously the goalkeeper situation, I think it's not all her fault really. Zinsberg, I do think attacking wise, we do need to, find that spark, firepower up front, and just find them connections again. And I know our players will be back. Miedemar, Beth Mead, which I can't wait for. But I think it was our first game of the season, so I don't think we should stress too much or overreact. I think, like Harry said, hoping they can use this game as a motivation, hoping they can find that way to bounce back from this, because I know it will be tough for them to lose at the Emirates with that record crowd in the WSL, over about 54,000, which is absolutely incredible. And don't get me wrong, despite what happened today, the team absolutely deserve this because they're amazing. But it obviously isn't the result we wanted. I think the performance is what disappointed me the most. It wasn't a good performance, it was very flat. But like Harry said before, possibly, not being in the Champions League now has had a little effect on the players, because it's obviously they want to be in that competition. We did really well to get to the semi-final. Obviously we were so close to the final. Obviously that just wasn't meant to be. So I think going forward we've just got to really put that behind us, go for the league, and hopefully we can win the league. I think like us to go for the FA Cup this season, which I know was going to be tough on us. It'd be hard to win, because we know Chelsea, United are very competitive teams, and also Man City. We can't forget Jill Ward's back in the WSL. Chloe Kelly is amazing, and they've got Bunny Shaw. They've got a great team. So I definitely think there's a lot of competitiveness in the WSL and in other competitions. It'll be tough for us to do that, but I just think we've got to believe, we've got to put this defeat behind us, and just know we've got to do much better. But yeah, I do think as well with Liverpool, you've got to give credit to the Liverpool goalkeeper. I thought she made some great saves. I think that it was so unfortunate for some of our chances not to go in the back of the net. I think you've got to give her credit because she did really good. And yeah, I just think she was a really great player for Liverpool today on the pitch. And I felt like we were unfortunate not to our chances not to go in the back of the net, because I thought defensively, yes, they did great, but also their goalkeeper was solid and really comfortable at the back. I think I would say we were comfortable. I just think when Zinsberger gets the ball, I just worry that she may drop it or she may lose it. So I think well done to the Liverpool goalkeeper. She did really well. But I feel like right now my worry is that we have such a great squad. We've got such a great group of players, and they're just not really gelling right now. And I just feel like, do you wonder if Jonas's place right now at Arsenal will be kind of, is he a bit under pressure? He has been here for a little while. And he has won us a Continental Cup. He's got us to a final, at the FA Cup final. We were so close to winning the league. I think he has done a lot for us. He's gotten us places. But I just think we need to really figure something out soon with why we're not gelling, with why we're lacking that energy, that passion, commitment on the pitch. And I would be open to start Sabrina Angelo in goal. I think she's really excellent. I think she deserves more chances. When I was talking to Tim Stillman the other week, I was saying how important it is for her to get game time, for her and Zinsberger to have that rotation, because I think it's healthy for that competition to happen. And it does happen in football, let's face it. Competition happens. We've seen it with Ramsdale, we've seen it with Fryer. So I definitely think, we need to see that happen. But like someone said before, it isn't on Zinsberger today, really. We didn't take our chances, we weren't clinical enough, and we didn't have that spark and fire up front. We just didn't work well today, and we need to figure out soon what we need to change. Andrew Lane. Hi Andrew, lovely to see you on here. With no Champions League, the squad now looks bloated. Yeah, I definitely think that's impacted the team. I think if you're going into the season, you've made it through to Champions League, it definitely would affect the team massively. So yeah, it is tough, but I think, Kim Little did an interview the other week to say how, you need to find a way really to not dwell on it, because if you do dwell on it, it will affect you in the season. So that's one of the things we've got to not do, and I'm sure we do have great leaders in the team, and know that we will bounce back from this. But obviously it is really tough going forward, and it's hard right now. We can't really do an awful lot because we do have a lot of our important players are injured. We do have a lot of great players that have experience on the pitch, but right now it is super tough because Leah Williamson's not here, Laureen Reuter, Miedemar, Beth Mead, they're not there, and it's obviously, it will affect us. It is tough. And we do miss them so much because they are great quality players who brought so much to this team, and definitely think at the back. It is tough right now to deal with these new partnerships. Like we do miss Rafa and Leah. They were a great partnership, but I'm sure the season our new partnerships will prove to be good. Hey Unbiased TV, I hope you're okay. Thank you so much for checking this video out. Everyone's moving mad, saying Jonas out. Would you sack him or not? I mean, obviously I respect people have those views, but I probably wouldn't sack him. I think last season, I wouldn't say finishing third really was his fault, because injuries happen and you can't really blame that on the manager. And like we said, it was such a really crazy season to have so many injuries, so many ACL injuries. But I think for me, we've got to see how the season goes. I do want some silverware. If we won the FA Cup, for me, that would be really incredible. It would be a dream come true. So I think we've got to see how the season goes. Yes, it hasn't been a great start, and we don't want the start to, make things worse. But I do feel like Jonas is a good coach. A lot of people don't think, I know online people have said, that he's quite average. He's not getting the best out of players, and I would say this season so far that I do think we will bounce back, and I do feel like the team just need to be a bit more inspired, a bit more motivated. I think Jonas has to help that. We do have players obviously in the team that will help the team stay motivated. I think right now we do need to find some motivation within the team to do better. And it's obviously not really what we want to see, losing to Liverpool at home. I don't know if the team struggle with the crowd, if it's a new change to them, or if we just still feel a bit flat and deflated from the Champions League defeat, because I know it will really affect and hurt some of the team. At the end of the day, it's one game, 20 plus more to go. Need to pick our heads up and keep moving, be ready for the next one. Yeah, exactly that. I think we can't dwell on this too much. It's a result we don't want, and we do need to find a way to bounce back. But like you said, we can't change it, and a load of players will be hurting and be disappointed, but it is what it is really, and we've just got to move on really from it and take some positives. Our new signing's got a few debuts, and also great to see Palova come on. I really like her. I think she's like our magician. She makes things happen. But I really did feel like us being knocked out of Champions League would be not a boost for us in the league, but I did think it might inspire the team to go for the league a lot more and to, do better, beat Liverpool. And it's obviously tough with the injuries, but yeah, it's obviously a disappointing one right now to take. But I'm sure, it should have been a boost. Yeah, obviously right now, fortunately, it's not, and the team are struggling to adapt to it because we have always really been in the Champions League, and last season we did work really hard to get to Champions League after a really difficult season. We've not been in it, so I just feel like it is obviously tough to take, but yeah, I think the next game against United will be a very important one for us to see how we do with that. But yeah, I'm more than happy to answer a few of your questions before I go because I'm going to stay on here for about 5 more minutes. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream so far. I've really enjoyed chatting with you guys. It's gone so quick, and I know this video was short notice, so I do appreciate you checking it out, coming in, saying hey, asking me some questions. But yeah, I do think this game is just a disappointing one, but I'm sure the team will find a way to get us back to winning again. Because they're a great team, they're a great squad with great character, and for them to get top 3 last season after all of that we went through shows you that the team are fighters and they won't give up. So I'm sure they will bounce back. For those who have not answered this question, Harry has asked me, if you were the manager, what would you do for the next game? You know what? The lineup I don't think is really that bad at all. I just feel like I feel like the team are just lacking the motivation. They're just lacking like that inspiration, and I'm not sure why. Maybe some of our best players aren't here just yet, but we do have the experience to do better today. We should have won today. But going to United game, I don't think I'd change an awful lot. Because I feel like that squad, the players that we're playing today, they are really great bunch of players and they should win. So I'll possibly put Sabrina in goal. I mean, since Berger for me, I feel like she didn't do much wrong, so I'd be open to see her play. But yeah, I just feel like I wouldn't probably change too much. Probably maybe hopefully see Stina in the team, but I do think Alessia Russo definitely has to play because it's United and it's a big fixture in the league for us. So yeah, I don't think I'd really make too many changes. I'd probably play Sabrina in goal because she does deserve an opportunity to come in. And yeah, I just think defensively, we just sometimes fall asleep at those moments where we need to switch on and not make those errors. So yeah, I definitely think that's probably what I would say. I think Jones really needs to have a talk to them, and we need to cut out those mistakes we did today. We need to find a way to make our football free flowing, beautiful, like it was last season, because we did play some great football at times. We managed to find wins in difficult moments. So yeah, we've just got to leave this game behind us, move forward, and get a win at United, which is going to be tough because they've got this confidence right now, and the atmosphere probably will be a bit difficult because of the Alessia Russo situation. But I don't really want to see people being too hard on her because, yeah, it's obviously not nice to see, but I understand fans are disappointed with it, which I get. It's like, if one of our players left it's weird with Jill Roord because I wanted to do well, but it's obviously weird seeing her play for Man City. But I get United fans' concerns. Yeah, I just think we need to find a way to win. If something's not working, we need a plan B. And I don't know if Jonas has a plan B right now. I do like that you brought on a bunch of players though in the 60th minute because it wasn't working. We had to change things up. But I really would like to see Stina Blackstenius play. against United. I feel like for me, last season she was a player that, you know, lacked confidence at times, but then her confidence came back and she started scoring tons of goals. Not only did she do that, but she also her movement on the ball, her build-up play was really impressive to watch. So I think she has so many amazing qualities on the pitch, and yeah, I just think we've got to change things up possibly. Wouldn't make too many changes, but I just think on mentality right now is the most important thing. We've got to forget about this defeat, forget about the one the other night, Champions League one, because we can go for the league. If we want to win the league, we can. And we know Chelsea are excellent and they're up there, but we've just got to put this one behind us, learn about what we've done wrong, what we need to do better, and come back from this, because I believe we are going to be a very good team this season if we can find ways to, you know, gel on the pitch. And up front in our attacking positions, we need to obviously, our passes need to be a lot more precise, a lot less sloppy, and defensively we need to be more switched on. But I think, like someone said before, it's only been one game. Let's chill out. Let's not overreact. But we can feel disappointed because it obviously was a disappointing one. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for checking out this video. I've been on here for over about 40 minutes and I've loved answering your questions. If you are new to my channel, if you can like the video and subscribe, that would be very much appreciated. I really enjoy doing these live streams, chatting to you guys. I will be back next week with a few more videos. But yeah, guys, I hope you all thank you so much for checking it out, and I hope you all have a great evening, whatever you're doing. And yeah, I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.